Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Aquarius in mid-November 2020. What is going on, Aquarius? How are you guys doing? I hope that you are doing well. All right, friends, welcome to mid-November. Hopefully, wherever you are in the world at this time, Aquarius, you are safe, happy, healthy, and secure. If you are celebrating the Thanksgiving holiday here in the States later this month, I hope you have a good time. Please be very cautious and take all precautions necessary if you're going to be intermingling households, because 2020 is still giving us the business with the pandemic. So please make very good choices for you and your loved ones, and try your best to keep yourself safe, okay? Anything else for announcements? No, so let's just go ahead and get into it. Aquarius, anything you want from me, it is in the description box already. If you want the timestamp, it is down there. Information on how to purchase a personal reading with me is down there. Any questions before you place an order for a personal, just email me at the same address that you see listed there, and I will answer you as soon as I can. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, the name is EmpathicFire Tarot over there, and the link for that is down below as well, okay? Let's do it. Let's do your reading. I have to say, it took me a long time during the meditation before I turned the camera on to really connect with your energy. I feel like some of you guys were like on a quest, possibly some of you were on a vision quest, but I literally felt like people like moving along paths and like scoping out territory and like climbing mountains and, you know, descending into valleys. It was very interesting. So I don't know if that applies to any of you, if you guys are like going backpacking or hiking or something like that, or again, literally on a vision quest. But let's go ahead and get into it for you guys. For Aquarius, mid-November, I want to see messages for Aquarius in mid-November, please. Ooh, that really did something to my wrist. I didn't like that. Well, so let's see what you get. Last one, thank you. All right, for Aquarius, please, mid-November, please show me. Wow, 2. All right. Okay. And one more, I think. Sweet, okay. Of course, it's going to go to the floor. Every reading so far, I think. 1 second, got to move this out of the way here and watch the wires. Watch the wires. We got it. Okay. Move that back. The bigger table is coming. I know it is. I feel it. Well, I know it's coming. Anyway, let's get started here, Aquarius. You come in, well, you've got the 5 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, Death in reverse, and the 10 of Pentacles. All right, then. All right, then. So, you know, some of you Aquariuses, it feels like continued disappointment, continued quote-unquote poverty. I don't know what that word means to you, but I'm getting that off of the 5 of Pentacles. This feeling of not enough, this feeling of insecurity, this feeling of despair or sadness, disappointment, melancholy, what have you. Just like, you know, what do we see here with the 5 of Pentacles? This rose has drooped over and it's losing its beautiful petals, right? 5 of Pentacles generally talks to a sense of lack and possibly being in dire straits or feeling that way and feeling unable to really get what you want or have enough to bring to the table. A sense of poverty. I don't have enough. I don't have enough. Lack mentality, right? I don't have enough. So this is true for you or someone that you're dealing with. It is a general reading. It can go the other way. But I will address it as you because this is your reading, and that's kind of where it feels like. Like for some of you, this is going to be someone else you're dealing with, but there's a bulk of the Aquarian energy at this time that feels really, I don't have enough. I don't have enough, okay? And that's contrasted with the Ace of Pentacles, which is, you know, just like all the potential is there. So maybe that's what's going on. You feel like you don't have enough, or you feel as though you don't have what is necessary in a given situation, but you actually do, or at least the potential to have it is there, and possibly you don't believe in it. You don't believe in yourself. You don't believe that the money that you have in the bank is enough to start your own business. You don't believe that the money that you have in your bank right now is enough to help celebrate the holidays with your family. Maybe, the purse strings had to tighten up in 2020. That's very common for many people. And so maybe you're thinking Christmas is canceled, or Thanksgiving is canceled, or Hanukkah, or whatever else is canceled, right? And maybe to a certain extent or in a certain way it will be. Like I said in the opening, I would hope people are cautious if you're going to intermingle houses. I'm saying that for all the readings because that's what the science says. So maybe you can do Christmas, but maybe you have to do it virtually. Or maybe you have to, instead of deliver presents to your cousin and drive all that way or fly that way and, put the presents under the tree, maybe you have to send it via Amazon or some other delivery or online service, you know what I mean? So there are still ways to do it. Again, coming through with the Ace of Pentacles, there's still potential to have what you feel you don't already have in the Five of Pentacles. That's what that feels like. In other cases, this is like feeling like you've missed an opportunity, or that an opportunity is like out of reach. I'm not a botanist. I'm not a green thumb type of person, but I don't think that rose, as we see it there on the Five of Pentacles, is completely dead. It's lost one petal that we've seen, but there's still a bunch still on the flower itself, right? So maybe with the right tender love and care, this flower could, rise up again and become stronger again. Again, I'm not a green thumb person, so I'm not sure if that's how that works, but that's what this feels like. So there is a potential, and that's all aces are: potentials, opportunities, chances. It's not guaranteed, but I think you or someone around you is in this headspace of it's not going to happen, period, and feeling really, really pessimistic about the situation, right? With the Five of Pentacles coming out right next to it. So that is further confirmed to me with what comes up after, which is the Death in reverse. Major Arcana for, excuse me, Scorpio. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, but you don't have to be. And this feels like a, DOA situation, dead on arrival, right? Why are you not focusing? Did that, oh gosh, with these settings. No, it's on. For some reason, the focus has been a little wonky today. Anyway, so for, excuse me, some of you, it's feeling like a dead on arrival situation. Not literally. I'm not sensing any literal mortal death in this scenario. It's all figurative or metaphorical, right? So I feel as though someone can't get started. Someone hasn't found or has possibly lost their mojo, right? One second, hold on. Excuse me, I had a little bit of coughing fit there. Um, Possibly that's going on for some of you. Someone might not be able to speak to a situation, and so it kind of feels like pointless. Because I can't speak, it's pointless. Because I don't know what to say, it's pointless. Because I don't know how to possibly tell people in the family. I don't know how to, I'm going to pull the holidays together. I don't know how I'm going to participate with the family because, I'm just don't have enough cash on hand. I don't have the ability to get there, to spend time, etc., etc. So it's very defeatist. It's very pessimistic, this energy. And some of you, it's not you, it's someone that you're dealing with. But this Death card in the reverse, again, major kind of for Scorpio, don't have to be dealing if it's not a Scorpio, that's okay. This is a lack of change, and I feel that the change has to be in perspective. I think the change has to be, not trying to make the best out of a bad situation. If literally it's breaking someone's heart or it's really hurting someone's pride or their ego to not be able to do something, to show up with the same amount of something to give in a situation as compared to other people, because that's what this feels like. It feels like as compared to other people, I just don't have as much, right? And that attitude, that perception is the thing that needs to change. However, with this Death card in reverse, it's not really happening. I feel that someone is clinging to a really poor self-image or a really poor perception of the circumstances. That, again, if we have to cancel the Christmas holiday altogether, that all of a sudden we'll never have Christmas again. I don't know about you, but I refuse to believe that we will never have quote unquote normalcy again. I don't subscribe to that because I think it's ludicrous, if I'm honest. There's nothing on the books, there's nothing that is being reported There's nothing in the science of what's going on at this time, or or just the similarities to what is going on to what has previously, what's going on now, and how it is similar to previous things, historical things that humanity has gone through before. I refuse to believe, no offense to anybody, but I think it's kind of Looney Tunes to think that this is it. 2020, humanity from here on out, downhill. Bullshit. My estimation. You don't have to believe me, you don't have to agree with me. I respect your belief, but I also call it bullshit. No, and I try to not be too flippant, but that's what this feels like. I feel like someone is writing themselves off, writing off the difference that they're experiencing now. Again, I understand people have affinity, and they look forward to holidays, or they look forward to spending time with their loved ones and all that kind of stuff. I get it. But I refuse to believe that in a year's time, 2021, this time in 2021, things won't be back to normal. I refuse to believe it. I could be wrong. I accept that I could be wrong, but this is what this feels like. It feels like because it's not happening right now, because we don't have enough right now, there's this belief that we'll never have enough. What? That's defeatist, and that's pessimism, and that's negative self-talk, negative self-thinking, negative self-perception, lack mentality, as we mentioned with the Five of Pentacles. And the Death card in reverse indicates an unwillingness, or either an unwillingness or this incapability of change, transformation, of accepting that maybe what we were expecting isn't going to happen, but it doesn't stop the show. It doesn't call to an end all of the other things we have going on in our lives. If we are letting go of, because this is Pentacles over here, two sets of Pentacles, or two cards of Pentacles, I should say. So maybe we are not financially where we want to be. Doesn't mean we never will be. Doesn't mean there won't be opportunities coming up, or opportunities around us right now that could change our set of fortune, that could change our financial or material status, right? There are other jobs. There are other money-making opportunities. There are other ways to spend money. There are other ways to save money. There are other ways to invest your money. There are other ways to make your money grow. But someone's outlook prevents them from seeing this, okay? So Death in reverse, incapable or unwilling to go through or accept certain changes, right? And listen, I don't know your life story, Aquarius, or anybody else's life story, but I understand. As much as I'm like, I don't get it, I also can still understand that if you're used to things going a certain way, let's say, in the sense of material wealth, or material well-being. Let's say someone's used to bringing home $80,000 a year as an individual, right? But they lost that job and they had to take another job, and now they're down to like $50K a year or something like that, right? That's a huge cut in your salary, huge, right? And it's kind of ridiculous to go from 80 to 50. That's like a huge pay cut, but that doesn't mean you can't get back to 80 in the future. It doesn't mean that the path that you're on now in the 50K position won't eventually lead you up the ladder, and your earnings can increase. It's like someone is stuck in the present moment, and the present moment isn't what they think it. They don't know how to cope with it, or they're again really pessimistic about it, and that's all they know. Okay, that's limiting self-belief. I don't know. So 10 of Wands to start, or to finish the start of your reading, Aquarius, and I sense like static, like this image, like for those of us who can remember like what a static image looks like on a TV screen. That's what this is giving me. Static, or like really thick rain, or heavy rain and thick fog, or just something where you cannot see, right? I mean, if you really look at it, you can see what this is. This is 10 wands, protruding or in the forefront of sort of this sketched, or what do you call that? Scratched image? Whatever. You can see it, but it's also kind of dreary. It's also kind of murky. It's also kind of disorienting, right? And I get, someone has... Interesting. A confused heart is what they just gave to me. A confused heart. Somebody has a confused heart. Wow. What does that mean? someone has a confused heart because they don't really understand themselves. You know, I think a lot of us can get our identities wrapped up in our physical life. It's not a good or a bad thing. It's just what happens. Um, Meaning, someone could define themselves by their material well-being, by their material possessions, by how much money they earn, by the type of job that they hold, etc., etc., right? There's a lot of, I know myself because of what I earn. I know myself because of the job or the duties that I perform. I know myself because of the things that I can provide to other people. Again, this idea of I don't have enough, right? So somebody could really be having an identity crisis, or again, a confused heart is the phrasing they gave me, because possibly, literally, Christmas might have to be canceled, or Christmas might have to be done in a very non-traditional way. That's, again, I'm not trying to make light of it. I understand that those things are very important to so many people. But that's what I'm getting is like, someone is thinking, because I can't provide for my children, provide for my family in the way that I used to in the years gone by, in the time of all the celebrations that we've had in the family previous to 2020, I was the person who did this in the family. I was the person that provided this for the children, or provided that for the dinner, or whatever it is. I'm the person who would host the party, whatever. And now, because of COVID, or any other issue, but most likely COVID and any extraneous complications with that could be affecting the family, we can't get together like we would normally do. And someone feels really lost about that, or really dismayed about that. And I understand it's important, but I also, again, going back to what I was saying a moment ago, I understand that this is 1 year out of how many that you've had so far, which it's sort of like someone's letting, again, I don't want to minimize this, but this is, again, like what I think maybe I'm channeling for outside people looking at this person who's going through this experience, or looking at you, Aquarius, going through this experience. It's like, okay, you've hosted the dinner party or the Christmas party or the family, reunion or whatever the hell it is for the last 22 years. What's 1 year versus the 22 previous? Ever since we were kids, or ever since I got out of college, or ever since I first married Diane or married Frank or whatever, you were always doing this. Just because you don't do it once doesn't mean we hate you, doesn't mean we're disappointed in you, doesn't mean that it's ruined or we'll never do it again. There's like this fatalistic energy coming from whoever this is, that it's never going to be the same. I don't know. I personally, given what science is showing us, given what history has shown us about humanity, it might change a little. It might be altered a little in this year and maybe a year or two after. But eventually, this is... Listen, I don't know about you. I just refuse to believe that this person, I understand where they're coming from. They're allowed to feel what they're feeling. It makes sense to them. But I also feel this person isn't being objective. They're being super subjective, super in their feelings, super in a headspace that has a lack mentality, and it's very defeatist. The Ten of Wands also, just to give you guys the traditional meaning of the Ten of Wands, it means burden, it means carrying weight that is unnecessary, and feeling really, really heavily bogged down and physically exhausted, or spiritually exhausted, okay? So let's get some more information here. I don't think any of that needs clarification, so let's just get some more information for Aquarius, please, at this time. More information regarding the situation for Aquarius. Excuse me. Yeah. Shuffle got a little... There we go. Even though they said no. There it is. Okay, Two of Cups. Interesting. That's taken a turn. Or it's possibly getting a new level of clarity for a few of you. And the Father of Swords. One more. For some reason, I want another one. One more for Aquarius, please. Thank you. And the Four of Wands. Okay. So, a lot is going on in the home front, Four of Wands. So I really do get family, friends, things like that, spouses, dating partners, long term, short term, whatever. The intimate relationships in your life, not really the people you work with, the people that you are in business with. This is mostly people that we know on a personal level and an intimate level, okay? And the two of Cups, Father of Swords, and the Four of Wands. I feel someone is being, again, like really critical of self or critical of the situation, period. Air sign energy right here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that could be you. Uh, Critical and serious. Not wanting missteps, not wanting things to go topsy-turvy, for things to go sideways, not wanting too much of a disturbance here. I think that there is. Oh, interesting. I just noticed that the motif of the flower is sort of repeated here in the Two of Cups. So somebody possibly wants rejuvenation to a particular situation, to a particular connection between two people. Two of Cups, another reader's estimation, is a soulmate card, and sometimes I say that, and that might play for some of you, but my caveat is always, it doesn't have to be a romantic situation, and a soulmate does not always have to be the most pleasant relationship in your life. Soulmates can be brought into our lives, or we encounter them sometimes for the very sincere yet difficult process of certain life lessons, right? Or certain karmic lessons that really, help us become more enlightened, even though it was possibly difficult. So, and for some of your cases, that is at play here. You are in a stressful, because of the the Ten of Wands. Some of you are in a stressful connection with a soulmate or two, because that's the other thing for me with soulmates. There are multiple soulmates we have. Okay, it doesn't make sense that you have one and only. But I don't necessarily buy into that all the time, or at least again with the moniker, with the label of soulmate, multiple soulmates. Okay, so. But potentially for some of you, a soulmate connection, or at least a very significant connection that you or someone else wants to see the life brought back into, with the two different flower depictions there, is actually very stressful. And to keep it, to get it to be like this, blooming flowers, this very healthy looking depiction of the flowers, is it's daunting, is what this feels like. It's daunting. I think that there's like the eyes of this owl are really like creeping me out in this moment. I feel like you or someone else feels watched, feels that they're sort of in a way being stalked. All eyes on me, all eyes on you, all eyes on whoever. It's like, cannot disappoint whoever this is, Father of Swords. And I feel that the Father of Swords can be represented by a single person, right? But I also feel, again, for the person who's worried about showing up and not having enough, or showing up and not having enough as compared to other people, I feel they feel judged by a group, even though we have a singular figure here with the Father of Swords. So for some, it's like being criticized by the entire family, by, looking at all of the friends who, are able to do X, Y, Z, and feeling like, oh, I can't match my friends, and my friends are looking at me and thinking I'm a joke, and thinking that I'm not serious, or thinking that I'm not smart, thinking that I'm not accomplished, thinking that I'm not this, that, and the other. There's this looking back at this Father of Swords and feeling like, they're disappointed in me. I've let them down, or they don't respect me, or they, in some cases, they expect so much and I can't provide, or I can't do what this person expects me to do. And there's just a lot of pressure. And there we go. There's a lot of pressure. And it doesn't come from the Four of Wands, but we're talking about why this is pressure. Because Four of Wands speaks to foundations, where we feel at home, either the physical space that we occupy or the people that we are connecting with. That is what the Four of Wands indicates. And I feel someone feels pressurized, because like for some reason I'm getting here like a diamond, I know it's not a diamond here, but like, isn't the diamond, like, aren't diamonds like really, I can't even explain it. But anyway, I'm getting this idea of a diamond, and the emphasis is the pressure, because that's how diamonds are formed, right? Under pressure, right? That's where they come out, or that's how they're formed. That's how they're created, right? So I feel someone feels pressurized, and it's a lot to make a diamond, right? You really got to, I feel, I don't know it. I don't know the correct language to use, but there's a lot of force, a lot of pressure necessary to make a diamond. And I feel that somebody's doing that. And they feel that's the sacrifice they have to make. This type of pressure, this type of expectation that people have around me, whether it's real or just perceived, that's up for you or someone else to discern, is actually, they feel that's like normal, or they feel that's what is expected. They feel that's like sort of the cost it takes to make a diamond, to make a beautiful life, to make a happy life, to make happy relationships, right? Is to be pressurized, is to be criticized, is to be compared to others, or to feel that there's always more to give and they don't have enough to bring to the table. So I've got to produce more. I've got to make myself more responsible, or I have to really work myself to death. If I have, this much money in the bank, it's still not enough. I'm not able to do XYZ for this person over there, and they need me to step up. There's just this pressure of performance that I think is really detrimental. This person, whoever they are, or wherever you are in the story, Aquarius, if this is your story, I feel you need to cut yourself some slack. If this is you, or whoever this person is, they need to cut themselves some slack and realize that most likely other people are not comparing them as often as they think, or comparing them in the ways that they think, and or to realize anything you can give in the moment is the best you can do, even if it's not good. You know what I mean? And at every given moment, we all can't expect perfection from ourselves or other people. So the idea of like accomplishing something or being at a certain level and maintaining that consistently, I think is sort of a disservice to this person's energy. And plus, a lot of work would have to go into their own self-perception, because I feel they're not seeing themselves correctly. Okay? Aquarius, that is your reading for mid-November. If you liked it, hit the like button down below for me. If you want to leave a comment, let me know how this resonated. I love to read your comments, so feel free to share. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. That would be super cool of you. Thank you very much. Aquarius, I'll be back soon with your December readings. Until then, I thank you guys so much for watching this video. Take care.